Here from the Bolt Bros.
Let's go.
Big Week 10 matchup versus the Steelers on Sunday Night Football. Another primetime game for the Bolts. Got to love it. And we got a lot to talk about on this one. How are we going to attack the Steelers? Where are their weaknesses? And bottom line, man, it's a massive, massive win for the playoff race. That's the big part of this game.
Yeah.
So whoever wins this gets the leg up on each other. And potentially even Division 2 for the Steelers, or even us to stay in the running for the division still, too. So, what the guys, let's go ahead and get into it, boys. All right.
Alrighty.
Bros. Let's go.
What's up, Kermit, man? You watching the Boat Bros podcast. Stay tuned.
Shout out blue dreams, stadium lights gleam. Boat Bros on the beat, lead stream. Chargers rocking speeds. Sonic Supreme. From the podcast to the field, we're a team. Charged up, Bolt Bros on the night. LA Thunder in electric delight. Bolts in the battle, sparking bright. Charged up, ride the lightning, feel the fright.
Woo.
Here we go, man. And once again, guys, I know it's early for y'all on the West Coast. I mean, it's really for us.
Chargers, go.
Let's go Chargers. Dude, I want to say I was at that game when
Andy said that.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be amazing.
The
governor
is sure.
We've had season tickets forever. So, yeah.
I think that had something to do with the
was
earthquakes or something like that, or like the fires or something weird like that. And he was out there for that reason.
I think he was just trying to campaign. Right.
It might. I mean, that would have been a pretty cool campaign to go to a football game to try to start getting people to vote for him, dude. But yeah, I remember he had that blue and yellow leather jacket on and everything too. And yeah, it was pretty cool. So yeah, man. Yeah. But once again, early show for us today, but we love to be able to be here for you for this big matchup for Week 10 versus the Steelers. I mean, it's a good one all the time when the Steelers come into town. And we're excited about this one, man. And this is going to be a great game. Hey, over and under. Casey Hayward, is he going to try to do something dirty on Justin Herbert? Because every game he's kicking him in his stomach and just being an absolute a-hole to Justin Herbert.
So
ridiculous.
Gives him a little credit card or something like that when he sacks him or something like that, you know?
Card. Yo.
Yeah,
Yo, hello. I can't remember who I saw that. Somebody was giving a tackle, I think, and it was I think it was on Josh Allen, something. You know, grabbing the beans, dude. Grabbing the beans.
Hey, man. Yeah.
Save that for Madison Beer. That's her job. You know what I mean? Come on,
man.
That's right.
Jeez.
What's up, guys? How we doing? Yeah, thank you for joining us. Super early, guys, but it was the only time we could do it together. So, yeah, 7 a.m. Ooh, Casey, I know. Get that coffee. Get that coffee. Yeah, maybe do a line of cocaine. Whatever you got to do to get up in the morning. No big deal. You know,
so good.
But
we are here, my guys, and we're glad to be able to get this knocked out for you for this game and everything too.
Maybe more like you guys are here. I'm like, my eyes are actually closed behind these glasses right now.
I knew it. Maybe we should have those Groucho glasses or whatever, where it looks like your eyes are open.
With the eyes are open, yeah, that works.
I think those are the coolest things ever, man. I've always wanted to go into a meeting and just turn, and since it's like a webcam meeting these days, just have those suckers on, dude. Just I'm supposed to be like, what are that guy doing over there?
Oh yeah,
those are hilarious, dude. But
you're right. I should do that, man. You definitely.
They'd be like, what is up with that guy? Is not blinking hours,
dude.
He hasn't blinked.
That's funny.
Yeah, dude, so good. But
anyways,
man, back to the football talk here, guys. We're excited about this one, man, and you know, we got a lot of things that we kind of chat about here for you, kind of get you hyped about this game. Obviously, in the chat, love to be able to hear your guys' thoughts about this game, man. And you know, we wish we could have been at this one. We were kind of talking about it, Andrew and I, to be at that one. Ended up not working out. Andrew's got, I think, jury duty, I think, on Monday or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's right.
Super annoyed. I better not get picked. I'll tell you
what.
Well,
and the flights are
all the things to not get picked, man. They better not pick me.
The flights are all messed up too, though, right? As well.
Oh, they are. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. I mean, I'm only 5 hours away. It ain't no big deal for me. I could just drive on over there, dude. Take the whip out there, have a good time. bring the pups if I want, kind of thing, you know, all that. No big deal. No big deal. But either which way, we'll enjoy the game locally for us. I think I might be at the Bull Pride 602 watch party too at the Native Wings in Phoenix. So if you need any details on that, that's great. Also, I was going to give a quick shout out because I know I kind of made a little bit of bet too with Athir about I thought the Chiefs are going to lose last week. Hey, Bills ended up going through the dub. Bills, for whatever reason, could own the Chiefs during the regular season. So shout out to Athir on his pick on that. My baby, good choice. My baby. He chose the Chiefs. So giving his flowers a little bit too, man. And yeah, Casey, ready for the Bulls to send Rodgers into retirement finally. Let's go. Dude, no doubt LOD, man. I mean, that's Jerry Judy's messing up plans, dude. I
was so freaking angry. I was like, oh, this is stupid. Anyways, let's not talk about that. Let's talk about the football. Let's go.
Foosball. Let's talk about some foosball here, man. But let's jump in the slides here real quick. You know, Marty Schottenheimer, my guy, us talking a little bit about earlier about when Arnold Schwarzenegger was at a game at Qualcomm Jack Murphy Stadium, either which way you want to call it. But man, those were some glory years for the Chargers, man. And, you know, Marty Schottenheimer is a semifinalist to be in the Hall of Fame for 2026 right now. And love to see Marty there, man. That guy is an absolute stud, leader of men, a guy that basically, dude, I think got the best out of every single player.
He was amazing. I still can't believe we let him go. I mean, what were we,
14-2?
14-2, and we fired him. Like, what the hell's that all about? Like,
yeah,
stupidest decision ever. I mean, but look, like, you know, AJ Smith and him did not get along. I kind of understand that. So I think maybe they had to choose between one of the two. But man, that was just dumb.
Well, and it all started a lot with the static between, you know, Drew Brees and the Phillip Rivers pick. That was like, hey, I want my guy, or I want my guy. And then it just became a feud behind the scenes. And, you know, I mean, bottom line, you need the GM and the head coach on the same page. And it just sucks that Marty Schottenheimer got the shaft essentially on that one. But loved when he was the head coach. He did phenomenal things for the team. We had some fantastic squads all around. Eventually, North Turner took over the team, got us an AFC championship game and everything too. So,
yeah, good old turkey neck himself.
Turkey neck himself, exactly.
Oh, Norv, dude.
You know, the question is though too. Is like I know that there's a lot of bad blood between the Schottenheimers and the Chargers now, though. You know, like I mean, we let them go off the 14-2 season. That's so stupid. You know, Spanos did something dirty right there, man. I don't know what's going on. So can we really say that he's going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame and under the Chargers? I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Who knows? I mean, he had his good years with Chiefs, Browns, and Chargers, I believe, were the only ones. And the one thing I loved about Marty Schottenheimer is Raider Hater Week too. He would always emphasize Raider hating week, and I loved it. And that's the thing that I feel is kind of a key element missed a little bit with this team.
That's true. Yeah.
Bottom line, if we go 2-15, let's hope those 2 wins are against the Raiders. Bottom line, that's all I cared about. Basically.
Oh yeah.
And you know, ultimately, I love that about Marty too. And bottom line, he was a stud coach, leader of men, great head coach. Love to see him in the Hall of Fame. And also Margarita Dahlner. Dude, he just became a member, by the way.
Let's go.
Hey.
Appreciate you. Thank you so much for the support and pretty cool little things that you kind of get. Be it in the chat. Thank you. Appreciate it. Woo!
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But we hope to see Marty Schottenheimer in the Hall of Fame. It sucks to think about. Brian Schottenheimer has finally got a head coaching job being the head coach of the Cowboys. And so his son is finally at the head coach level now too. First year, which is crazy to think about. It's crazy to think about.
I like this. Intelligent football fans are sexy. What that's basically saying is no Raider fans are sexy because they are probably the dumbest Raider or football fans I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, I feel like they don't know anything about football. Shoot. All they know is they like their jerseys and the Raiders always going to win. I'm like, come on, dude. Like, they got nothing good to say. Nothing intelligent to say ever. So
and they hang it on their championships from all those years ago.
Well, and a lot of the times too, like, you know, a lot of the fans to this day probably never saw that Super Bowl win by any means. So they've seen a Super Bowl when they got smoked in San Diego, ironically, to the Tampa Bay Bucks after they traded John Gruden to the Bucks. So yeah, they haven't seen a whole heck of a lot of successful Raiders football in their life, which is crazy to think about too. So
it's very true. Yeah, I mean they haven't, so it's annoying. Anyways, but yeah, Marty Schottenheimer is amazing. He better make it to the Hall of Fame for sure.
I agree.
I'm sure
you know what, Pappy? He did win a championship.
Ooh, he did.
UFL championship.
Yeah, he
did. Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Before he passed. Yeah.
Yep, he did. I think he was pretty emotional about that one too. It was just good for him to say, "Hey, finally got to the top. Number one, ended the team at number one, get the championship, move on," kind of thing. And I think that was a really, really big win for him. Definitely felt like he got past that hurdle he needed to get past. So.
Yeah, right. It's still you know what? It's not as big as the NFL one, but it's still a championship and it still counts.
You know, and last point about this too, I think it was LaDainian Tomlinson talking about, you know, how like Marty Schottenheimer talked about with the team, and he said, "Hey, look, even if we didn't win the championship, we had championship moments." And I think that's the one thing you got to always think about. And I when we interviewed Sean Merriman some time ago too, I think we brought up the whole idea of like, what did it feel like to be on some of those teams that were just killing it, the 14-2 type teams. And like, it was just, everybody was very much on the same page. Everybody was there to make sure that everybody is getting, you know, their back covered. Everybody was on the same page and just cohesive is the way I'm going to call it.
Yeah.
And that's the thing I think that Marty Schottenheimer was an absolute champion in, is making cohesive teams to be on the same page and just play championship football week to week. I loved it
100%,
about Marty.
Yeah. 100%. Oh, we got a huge donation.
Big old one here, boys.
Action Dan 6'5", $50. Let's go. Man, thank you, Action Dan. Appreciate you, my guy.
Man. Yeah,
you didn't have to give, but you did. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
thank you, my guy. So
why does our team always look like a mash unit every year? I was hoping
a mash unit every year.
And we can fix this curse. Look, I mean, the one thing I will say, I had a conversation with a buddy of mine the other day about this. There are injuries in football, unfortunately. They happen. And ankles, I've never understood the ankle thing, because I feel like there's things you could do with your ankles. Now, I am assuming that most of these players out there have taped ankles. I think some don't. And I'm like, if I was out there, I would have a taped ankle. I would have a brace on. I'd have something, you know? So I just don't understand why they don't. But I don't know. It's crazy.
I love it how Kyle's with the MASH theme song basically going on here. You know,
we're gonna get clapped. We're gonna get clapped.
I had to do it for just a little bit. You know, that's it. You know, get a little bit of the taste of the glory. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
But
but ankles are, you can't fix ankles though. That's the problem. Like, someone rolls up on you, someone hits you in the knee.
Yeah.
Those are the things I think you can't really fix, in my opinion. In fact, I don't understand why offensive linemen don't have the knee braces the entire time as well, too. That's just kind of my take on it.
Thrown directly on their foot. It's kind of hard to fix that, you know?
That was a Trey Pipp situation, too, by the way. He let his guy go, and he pushed him into him, which was really annoying. So
pretty annoying, man. But thank you, Action Dan. That is, appreciate that support and everything, too.
I was going to say about that, too. It's like, I mean, honestly, like I do blame SoFi Field, you know? That freaking turf is brutal, you know. Just like, you know, New York fans, they always blame MetLife. Those fields are undefeated. You're freaking feeding people's souls all the day, every year, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I know obviously this one was and this injury was at Tennessee, and that was a different type of field than a grass-based field. But the wear and tear of basically being on a, you know, AstroTurf or fake grass type field, maybe that's kind of what's kind of shredding up people's ankles too, and kind of not making them strong too.
Right.
My thoughts is, when they're practicing, put some ankle weights on every player and let them you know, go, kind of thing. Strengthen up those dang ankles somewhere or another, man, because it's how many players this year we've had bad ankles. And you know, to be honest, like, the thing about it is, I'd much rather have an ankle injury that they could come back from versus something that could be very catastrophic. So I'll take that all day. So
you
but
go.
it just is an annoyance.
Hey, so just like Derek and Brandon said, here, let's fire the cannon on 3. So on 3, let's say fire the cannon.
Let's get it.
Action Dan. There we go.
And then do it. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Fire!
Fire the
cannon! Oh, wrong one.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Good one. Good one. Good one. There we go.
Woo, it's early morning, boys. Early morning.
Come on now.
That's right.
Oh boy, that's awesome. That's pretty anticlimactic. You got to get a more, dominant cannon than that.
Yeah, that almost sounded like some little, like one of those.
Yeah, like a little pop gun or something like that. Yeah.
Oh, man, it's pretty good. I don't know what you're talking about. Shit. Hey.
Oh, yeah. Anyways, all right. Well, let's keep going. Thank you again. Thank you, Action Dan. Appreciate it.
You once again. Thank you very much. So this chart shows all-time receivers for the Chargers. Specifically, what I'm going to emphasize is this number right here for catches. Now, interesting thing here, Keenan Allen, the only
one
guy, needs one catch to basically catch up to Antonio Gates. How cool is that? So before the season, I swear it was like 54 catches or 53 catches or something that he needed to get. And I was thinking, I don't know if he's going to be able to get that. Well, we're midpoint of the season and he's about to tie or break the all-time Chargers receiving record too.
Yep.
Kind of insane, man. That just shows how good Keenan Allen still is, even late in his career too. So pretty amazing. So kind of my speculation, tinfoil hat here. I know aliens are on the way to the Earth.
3-Eye Atlas, guys. You better be ready. Watch
out, guys.
About to be Independence Day up in here. We need Will Smith again,
Yeah, that's right, dude. But the thing about it is, tinfoil hat, I think they didn't give Keenan Allen the ball last week, so they want to do it on Sunday Night Football for Keenan Allen to basically break the record. So, hey, we'll see what happens, man. But I'm pretty confident that he'll get 2 catches. Pretty sure he'll get 2 catches in this one. So we'll see what happens here, guys.
Sound confident at all? What do you mean?
Well, and the reason why I'm saying, I was like, like only 2 catches, and I was like, that was a little weird. Like I thought he'd get a lot more, but this week
they're doing it. It was all planned. Honestly, this is my conspiracy.
Of course, that's what I'm saying. Tinfoil hat.
Yeah, he should have gotten it last week. But this is a primetime game. They want it to happen this week.
Exactly. Sunday Night Football in front of the world,
They want everyone to see it.
Yep. Interesting thing here, too, guys, is Keenan Allen isn't too far away from being the all-time yards within the Chargers, too. So, hey, in the chat, guys, do you think that Keenan Allen will break the record on Sunday night? And then for the end of the season, will he end up being the all-time yards for Chargers too by the end of the season? I mean, that's give or take a little bit under 800 yards that he needs to get still. So wow, that would be incredible if he was able to do that.
Yeah, it'd be amazing. Be amazing.
Yeah, that'd be cool, but I don't know.
Incredible.
That's a steep hill to climb, my guys. I don't think so.
If he plays next season, though,
Well, if he plays next season, 100%. And that
I could see him for one more year.
Yeah, he could. He could go for that record. Yeah.
He's playing pretty well, guys. Like, I personally think that he's going to go out there and do his work. And, I mean, look, he's at already 50 catches, 520 yards.
Yeah.
4 touchdowns. And this is a halfway point. He could be over 1,000 yards this season and be very, very close to that total yards. So, who knows, man? Like, the season's still going and still moving along. And, I mean, what if he just ends up having a massive game versus the Steelers? So,
True.
I think it'd be incredible to see him do that and be basically the top receiver of all time for the Chargers in catches and yards. So
he's currently at 520 yards. So he would, if adding 800, so he would have to break like 1,300 yards.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, has he even had that? I don't know. I think. I don't think
he probably has had it, but he wouldn't get it this year.
Yes, he did. Sure. 2017 was his 1,300 yard season. Man, if he had that again, whoa,
crazy! What a big pickup! Think about that one for Joe Ortiz. By the way, that was a late pickup into camp, basically too.
And of course, 2023 he went 1243. That's funny. Yeah, that kind of rhymed. Yeah, he went for 1,243 yards in 2023. So. Yeah, he could have a repeat.
Be incredible.
But, yeah, man.
And also shout out to our guy Anthony Miller there too, 8th on the list, 5,582 yards.
Let's go
with his career as a Charger. So
let's get him in the Chargers Hall of Fame, man.
Let's do it. Let's do it, man. Let's do it. But we'll see. This should be something that happens on Sunday Night Football. So once again, he just needs 1 catch to tie, 2 to be the all-time Chargers leader in receptions on Sunday. So big thing there for us, guys. Big thing to just watch in this game too. So
yeah.
But time to basically do a quick word from our sponsor. Who's down for that, guys? Obviously, we know we talk a lot about Sleeper, and shout out to Hog Media for basically help supporting us and everything too. So
shout out to Kyle for sleeping on this show episode.
Yeah, he's sleeping the whole time.
Kyle's eyes are closed.
Sleeper is the best way to experience and connect over sports together. It's a one-stop shop for all your sports needs. You can celebrate the chat in games, real time with other users, get the fastest scores, blazing fast news and alerts right at your fingertips while Kyle is sleeping. Play in fantasy leagues and win real money on picks contests so you can enjoy sports the way they were meant to be together. Download the #1 sports app today.
And remember, you get a $100 deposit match up to $100. So use code BOLTBROS. Thank you, Sleeper. Once again, appreciate 100%. The support, guys. Always, always, always. So, but just to move on a little bit more with the slides here, my guys. So I know we've talked a little bit about this already, but we all should know we got a primetime game, Sunday Night Football on NBC. Hey, you don't need cable TV to see this one. Go buy a digital antenna. That's what I do for any of these local games and primetime games. $15-20 basically got the local games for you. No big deal, guys. I know the time here says 7th Eastern time. I think that means kind of the pregame show type thing that leads up to it. If it is on the West Coast, it's 5:20 when the game starts. So I think this is going to be a big game for both of these teams in a lot of different ways. I mean, this is November. November is the seeding month for playoffs. Right now, we are currently 1-0 in November. Got to keep that ball rolling in these next 2 games, and don't want to look too far ahead because the most important game is the one in front of you, right? But these next 2 games are massive for the Chargers, specifically for seeding and to get tiebreakers for the playoffs too. So crazy game here, guys, but a little bit of thoughts, just kind of talking about the Sunday night matchup for you guys below. What's your guys' thoughts?
I think it's big. It's a playoff game. I mean, this is a playoff game. I mean, I think every game on now on is going to be huge. I'm curious to see if Trevor Penning's going to play. It was interesting. I don't know that he will play, but it sounds like he's going to play tackle. So most likely left tackle is what I think. I don't know. I think he'll probably play left tackle. That's what I think personally. But, again, is he going to be ready to go week 1? That's going to be an interesting situation. And again, Greg Roman's going to have to ask the question, do you go 12 personnel, have 2 tight ends out there the entire time to help bookend, the defense? Guys, they pressured the hell out of who'd they play last week? 6 sacks.
Oh, no, the Colts. Yeah, the
Colts. Colts. Yeah, and the Colts got a great offensive line, much better than the Chargers. So, whatever they did a great job against the Colts. So, and pretty much the offense of the Steelers was just absolutely atrocious. It was terrible, horrible. But so if we can protect Herbert, I think he'll at least have an opportunity. But the problem is when you go 12 personnel, you really only have 2 people in the route, right? So you give a numbers advantage to their defense. So it's tough. Protection, but yeah. Anyways, there's a lot of negotiating around that. It's going to be interesting to see what Greg Roman goes with this year or this week, I should say.
Yeah, currently ESPN does put Trevor Penning at left tackle right now.
Yeah, I think that's where he's going to play.
You think that's it? All right.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the beauty of that.
Hasn't been healthy, and he hasn't played well either. Mm-hmm. And so I mean,
right.
I think it's time.
Yeah, and the big thing about that too, going back to this week, getting Trevor Penning and getting a guy like that, you could plug and play him up and down the line, which is great. And to be honest, my opinion, there might have even been a reason why they ended up going after him because of the whole situation at the right guard situation with Mekhi Becton and him not finding a way to close out games. And look, like that was a big signing in the offseason. It's just been like he's only been out there, I think, 50% of the snaps. And that right guard position, when then you end up putting Foster Sorrell there, is like, whoo, it gets ugly on that interior line even further. So that's the beauty of Trevor Penning too, and we'll talk more about that here in a little bit too, because I know
Foster Sorrell played okay. He wasn't amazing, but he played okay. He was serviceable for sure. But it wasn't like amazing. But Mekhi Becton also didn't have the best PFF scores either, right? So, but I do think it'll be left tackle. That'd be my personal opinion. So
what was interesting though too in the meeting with the press with Herbert yesterday, or excuse me, Harbaugh, he kind of emphasized a little bit with Deckless though too. And so I don't know if he necessarily, and once again, he's not going to throw anybody under the bus by any means at any point in time, but he kind of almost sounded very favorable of him playing potentially that point. So I don't know, man. I mean, Penning hasn't played tackle for a bit too, and he's been both sides, bookend for right tackle, left tackle, and then he's been playing, personally, in my opinion, very good at left guard. So we'll see where he's going here with this one. So, but you don't acquire a guy to not play him, and he should get out there somewhere to some form of fashion. So,
So again, the only argument is that it's really hard to play when you haven't been out with your guys and understanding snap counts, cadences, all that stuff. It's going to be kind of tough, right? So we'll see how that plays out. But I really hope they bring him out there. The one thing about him though too, I watched a lot of videos on Penning. He's a nasty run blocker. He is nasty. Like he will go down and hit somebody and push him to the ground, just bully people. In fact, part of the reason why I think a lot were kind of fine letting him walk, even for the Saints, was that he was kind of a jerk to his players, his own teammates in practice. Like he would go hit people in practice and just kind of be nasty, And so, he wasn't exactly, I think people were kind of like, all right, dude, this guy's a little bit of a loose cannon, right? But if you could corral that and just say, hey, man, save that for the game.
Channel it for the other team a little bit, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yep.
So,
anyway, we'll talk more about that too. I know we've already dug a lot into the whole Trevor Penning and speculations too. So I got some slides on that too. So let's save a little bit of conversation with that. Got a little bit of talk.
Okay, all right.
But this is a big matchup. You got obviously, Aaron Rodgers is in town. I think this is I want to say that he talked about this is his last year of being in the league. I think he's kind of getting to that point, feeling like this is time. I mean, he's 41 years old out there, still doing his thing. And I mean, they're 5-3 coming in this one. We're 6-3. We basically have a big matchup here that this is a big tiebreaker type situation for the Chargers. And also, bottom line, this is one to basically keep it pace for the division too. And in the chat, guys, man, Broncos are a fraud as a team, dude. They are not what they are. That record is not 8-2, 100%. Whatever it is. Like they're frauds, dude. Come on.
Yeah. They're not winning.
It was ridiculous. They're not winning at all in a convincing fashion, right? Like it's like, bro, they're just squeaking by. Again, a win is a win, but like, yo, dude, like that is the ugliest win I've ever seen, especially the Raiders, bro. Like, come on, dude. Like,
right?
What was it, 7-10? I was like, I literally turned the game on, like, is this for real? And I'm like, wow, I'm glad I missed this entire game.
It was a clown show, to be honest.
Oh yeah, actually, all the turnovers they gave to the Broncos too. It was like,
you're not that guy, pal. Trust me, you're not that guy.
It's crazy. What was it, like an interception, a fumble? They had all these other things, and so I'm like, so sometimes like, hey, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, right? Even a broken clock is right twice a day. That luck will run out, right? So, anyways, it is what it is. But hey, they got an 8-2 record, so we'll see.
Yeah, right.
Absolutely, we'll see how it ends up going here, guys.
And yes, the Broncos did have the easier schedule as well too.
And James, we shared that little screenshot in the chat. But apparently this game, that Thursday night football game, was the second worst game in NFL history since 1950 because of the amount of penalties versus first downs we had. There was more penalties than first downs.
So it's crazy. Both teams had 11. and then they only had 10 first downs each team. It was
God.
It was just an ugly game. I was playing pickleball, so I wasn't paying much attention to it other than between games. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. 7-0 Raiders up early. Yeah, this could be something. 7-7 at halftime. Like, this ain't nothing, dude. This is it's going nowhere with this freaking game. It was just, and then when I watched the highlights, it was like, put on the clown music.
See, let me do that. Let me do that. I got that down, bro. You don't know what you're doing.
Okay, clown. Oh man, dude, you crazy, bro. But just kind of jump a little bit more. Oh, there you go.
That's pretty good. Exactly. Now with the soundboard, huh? There we go.
Oh man.
Oh, Benny Hill theme song. Oh my gosh, that is so fun.
That's a good one. Yep, that's a good one.
That's exactly what that is, man. But
the yellow pants. Oh man.
No, I think there's a reason behind the yellow pants. Why is there? Why do you think they would be wearing the yellow pants to this game? Well,
of Packers.
No, Steelers.
That was awesome. Packers. No, Steelers.
Hey, man.
It is early. It is early.
Well, I mean, I'm just thinking because Aaron Rodgers, the Packers have yellow pants too, but now the Steelers have yellow pants, I guess. So, all right, yeah.
I guess. I don't know. But I was saying, just hey, let's confuse them.
Damn it.
Yeah, sorry, bro.
Exactly.
Let's confuse them.
No
yellow pants. Let's go.
I just feel like it's a little confusing, guys. Just back me up on this. It looks a little too like ADD centric. I don't know. It's just all kinds of everywhere. You know what I mean? It's just too much. Mm-hmm. Too much. That's my take. What are you guys' thoughts on it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who knows?
Packers.
Who knows, man?
No.
Hey. Dude. It was bound to happen at least once in this episode.
Yeah, exactly. That's good.
Hey, early morning, man. He's still waking up. You know, his eyes are closed on those shades.
You gotta get that cocaine. Thank you, Tay. What are the days of full game? Whew, good. You're guessing.
Okay.
Oh man, I don't even know, dude. Like I just don't know. You know, I don't know.
I was saying actually this on our
50-50 maybe
Wednesday night is that like I think obviously the Steelers fans show up with that towel, whatever. Let's throw out some Charger Power towels now as well, and just take that ownership from them. Be like, okay, they're going to be waving that towel all game on their side. All right, let's start waving towels as well on our side. Like who the hell cares? Let's take ownership of it as well. So
maybe that's the reason why they're also doing the towels, because if you think, hey, we got yellow pants, they're cheering for us, guys.
Yeah,
let's make that happen, dude.
Exactly. So, take their what they do and just take ownership of it and be like, oh man, they're cheering for us. Yeah,
that's right, guys. So I mean, hey, I don't mind the powder blue tops, yellow pants, powder blue socks, and everything, but. Yeah, I think personally, maybe that's where my head's at. Hey, maybe they think it's a Steeler player and Aaron Rodgers is going to throw the ball to him. I don't know. Like, I don't know. Maybe something like that. I don't know. We'll see what happens here, but who knows? But big thing, too, in this game, man, we got to make sure we put a lot of pressure on Aaron Rodgers. We got to make sure that he does not feel comfortable. He's not the most mobile guy by any means at his age. So, we'll see what happens here, but powder blue yellows and powder blue socks. That's what it is for this game too versus the Steelers on Sunday night.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. I think this is going to be a close game, but I don't know, man. Like I feel good for the Chargers, though. I really do.
Yeah, and I'm once again when I'm looking at this game, I initially came into this game thinking, I don't know if we're going to win this one. Like, I'm not sure about this one, but for some reason, Justin Herbert this year in primetime is good. Like, he's very good.
Oh, yeah.
Like 8 touchdowns, 1 pick. He's got I think quarterback rating of 121. He's 3-0 in primetime this year. He just, when the lights are on, man, he is just on it. He is on it this year for primetime games. And I don't really buy too much of the Steelers, to be honest. Like, I don't know who that team really is. I feel like last week, obviously they did a great job of beating the Colts, but they did almost let the Colts back in that one with 6 turnovers. Crazy thing about that is that the Steelers had 6 turnovers. scored 24 of their 27 points off turnovers. So what does that tell me? Well, one, they basically could only score off of turnovers. Maybe their offense isn't really that good. Shorter fields helped them out in 2 of those drives, and that was 10 points of the drive. So technically, they really only scored 17 of those 24 points off turnovers through basically the slightly longer drives. So I don't really know if this Steeler team could really go and say, hey, look, you need an 80-yard drive, make it happen kind of thing.
Yeah.
They really only scored 3 points on a non-turnover based possession after a turnover. So I think it is kind of an interesting thing to think about. I don't know if this offense is as good, and that defense might have been playing well just because they had the 2005 Super Bowl winning Steelers team there, maybe to kind of give them a little bit of push too. I don't know, when your boss or past teams are there, maybe just kind of play a little bit better. As an example, think about what happened with the Giants game. They had the whole Giants management for that one to see Jackson Dart play, and for some reason Jackson Dart played extremely well too against us.
So we only got 3 people picking the Chargers in this one.
Yep.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a close game. It really will be. And again, this is going to be a good game, guys. Like it will be. Again, if we can stop that defensive line, if our offensive line can play halfway decent, I think we'll be in fine shape. So that's my only concern. We're going to score. We're going to score.
Yeah.
Now, whether our defense can, stop. Because I think our defense is better than their offense. But their defense has played very up and down. So it kind of depends on what kind of defense they show up with this week. But again, if they stunt up the middle, which is what every team has done to us, we have not picked up that stunt very well. So, we'll see how that plays out.
Just to give an idea of their defense, they are 3rd worst in the league total defense. They
Terrible.
are the worst in the league.
Most expensive too, by the way.
Yep.
Most expensive.
And they have the worst pass defense in the league, giving up, 278.3 yards per game. They're giving up 105.5 yards on the ground too, and 24.4 points per game. So, where my head's at with the score, if I'm going to look at it, 27 points is the key for this game. You get to 27, I think you'll win this game. That's the way that I view this. And if you look at everybody here, they're choosing not a blowout by any means. It's always like that 1-score type area.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So is life for the Chargers dang near all the time. It's always a 1-score type thing that you could just find a way to win. Now, LOD, exactly. That's kind of where my head's at with this one. 27-20. I think, even to be honest, it could be less points for the Steelers in this one too. And Chargers are favored in this one. I think at 2.5 points. I think it was initially at 3.5 points from what I saw a bunch of options too. So.
Yeah, I do think it's going to boil down to what Greg Roman does offensively. How is he going to protect Herbert? If you could get a running game going, right, that would be giant. In fact, if I was Greg Roman, I would probably just run the ball a ton, and I would just get creative in the run game. And the reason why is it's at least making Justin Herbert safe. And you're going to be putting that offensive line out there on notice, and you just push the ball downfield. That's it. And so that's what I would do. And it might be an ugly, low-scoring game just because, it's ugly football. You want to see Justin Herbert sling it. But, dude, I do not want to see him get dry humped by Watt and these other guys. And Cam Hayward, who, that guy's dirty as hell, dude. So
every time.
That guy's dirty, dude. I'm not a fan of that guy. And, and I'm just not a fan. So anyways, that's just kind of my take on it.
One thing that I think the Chargers need to emphasize, and I'm going to give you a little bit of a prop here. This guy, Mr. Oronde Gadsden II. I think this guy could have a massive game for the Chargers too. Steelers have been giving up pretty big yards to tight ends. The last 4 weeks, they've given up 103. It was 8 catches for 103 yards, 1 touchdown. Against the Cincinnati Bengals, they gave up 11 catches on 18 targets, 141 yards, 4 touchdowns. That was only a couple weeks ago. Last week, they played against Green Bay. Obviously, they had an issue there with Tucker Kraft going down. Their tight end is gone. They only gave up 5 catches, 30 yards, no touchdowns. But then last week versus the Colts, 10 catches, 95 yards, 1 touchdown. So if you have a good tight end, you could use the middle of the field and attack the field and find a way to basically give this guy a huge game. Understand the Chargers have so much weapons on the field with Rondé Gatson emerging as the top tight end, you got Keenan Allen, Ladd McConkey, you got obviously Quentin Johnston. I mean, even to say Trey Harris, throw that out there. We have more than enough weapons to basically attack that weak defense against the pass. And the tight ends have basically been cooking against this defense too. So scheme it up correctly to get those guys open, scheme it correctly to basically get the ball out of your hand quickly because of the offensive line, and make sure you get it to those playmakers that I just listed too. And I think this could be a massive, massive pass game. Personally, in the chat, you think the Chargers are going to throw over 300 yards in this game? I think there's a great shot that it's going to be well over 300 yards in this one for Justin Herbert.
There you go. There you go.
That'd be interesting.
I would love to see it. I think it's possible.
Let me see what Sleeper's saying about what the more or less on that is. Let me see.
Yeah, the big question also will be, will Penning play? I suspect he will. But again, the other question is what kind of packages can they run with him as well, right? Because he doesn't know all the ins and outs of every protection and sliding this, sliding that. So, who knows? Like, does he have it figured out in time? Harbaugh says he looked good. And so we'll see. He's nasty, man. I'm telling you, he is freaking
300
nasty.
yards. 300 yards is they're doing a 2.94 multiplier, so that's a very low chance that it's going to be that. So, but the hot one right now is 250 yards over to get more at 1.69. So it's pretty decent odds there. So yeah,
crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Deshaun Hand was playing great too, by the way.
Yeah, so he is basically, at least his window is open.
Yeah, and he's full, so that's good.
So yeah,
he'll probably play.
Full, so that's great. Josh Harris, full, obviously.
Thankfully.
Our guy Lovato basically retire out of too. That was kind of interesting. So the injury guys that have been on the IR are starting to come back. And, even to say Dean Leonard, same thing too. He should be a full for this game too. Why is Dean Leonard big to basically be in this one? Well, we did end up getting rid of Jasir Taylor, who was obviously a very good gunner type player for us, for special teams too. Obviously, he's not bad as a cornerback and everything too. But I feel like Dean Leonard is that guy too that could be that gunner too. Very fast guy that could basically lead in punt and kickoff returns. I think he's one of those good, solid guys to have back. So we'll probably know today if these guys will be all activated. My assumption is if they all were full, I think they should all be good to go and be activated off the IR.
I agree.
But for the most part, most other players out there limited to full. Bobby Hart is out of this one too. I hope that this is going to be a quicker return on him because I loved the way that Bobby Hart has played at right tackle for us. He should basically be the rightful starter, in my opinion, on this one. But outside of that, for the Steelers, they will not have Cole Holcomb. He will be out, their linebacker. We'll see Will Howard. Obviously, he's just a backup, so he's questionable. Scotty Miller out. Jabril Peppers out, which they have been putting in Ramsey as the safety since they've been getting just gouged at the safety position. So that's where Jalen Ramsey will be playing. Isaac Simelo, I think is how you say that. The guard is out. He's got a pec injury. And then Corey Trice Jr. is questionable for the Steelers. So interesting thing just to kind of note, TJ Watt did not practice on Friday too, by the way.
And he might be out.
So, I mean, they are saying that he's not out, but maybe something's going on there. So who knows what happened with TJ Watt? I mean, he could be a healthy scratch, but not having him out there would be big. He generally lines up on the right tackle side of things. So he's usually whatever right tackle we have out there, which would be Pipkins. You better put basically somebody out there that's going to chip him throughout this game. So
and you know what's going to make me sick if TJ Watt is out? Guess who's behind him?
Is it Jack Sawyer?
Yes, it is. It's going to make me sick to see Sawyer on the field, but dressed up in a freaking Steelers jersey.
Oh, yeah, we wanted him.
We wanted him. We wanted him. We needed to get that Sawyer jersey. I tell you what.
Yeah,
jeez Louise.
I do have a friend that's a Steelers fan, and I want to give him the Sawyer's jersey just because.
Yeah, no doubt, man.
Yeah,
no doubt, man. So interesting thing to see this injury report. We'll see and keep you guys updated on Deshaun Hand, Josh Harris, and also Dean Leonard if they will be active off the IR officially. So Good stuff. But interesting thing looking at just kind of the schedule ahead. Who's more likely to win their division? Remember the Chargers keep pace. They win this game, say they go 7-3. We're still only half game back from the Broncos at that point, because we own the tiebreaker at this point for the division. So looking ahead, I mean, like I said earlier in the show, Steelers game is massive. This is a playoff running team right now. It's a division leading team right now. Jaguars is the same thing too. Next week, we got a bye week, which is huge for us. And then Raiders, Eagles, Chiefs, Dallas, Houston, and Denver for the back end of the season. So who is more likely to win their division? Now, you got to look at the teams in front of you. The Broncos' schedule is pretty tough ahead of them. This is kind of their easier part of their schedule. So if you want to look at that, go ahead. But they do not have very many easy games. They have still 2 with the Chiefs, 1 versus the Raiders, 1 for the Chargers, 2. Personally, I think that the Broncos, if you have basically a competent offense with a good defense, I think that's where the Broncos struggle. And so look at that for them. For the Steelers, that's an interesting division because the Ravens are starting to creep back up in this, which seemed like the most unlikely thing for them. Yeah. Bengals basically seem dead in the water. Who knows what they are as a team anymore at this point. Browns basically dead in the water at this point for them. But who's more likely to win their division at this point? Obviously, you got to say the Steelers, but it's not like the Chargers are far off from this whole situation too. And the Broncos do play the Chiefs next week too. So that's a major, major game. And the Chiefs are going to get up and get ready for that one. Big and that's time. for their help to even get to the playoffs. They need to do it. So
yeah, it's good to note that the Chiefs play the Broncos twice at the end of the season. I think that's going to be interesting. Week what are the 2 weeks
for the Broncos?
Yeah.
So the Broncos are playing the Chiefs next week. So they're
next week,
a long bye.
Yeah.
And we basically play the Broncos to end the season in Denver,
That's
which
right.
If things get kind of that point of like win the division or win a wild card game, that could be a massive, massive game for them. So
100%
for the division and everything too. So
every game moving on is going to be big. Every game.
So the Broncos play the
pretty much
Chiefs.
the only 3 games that are going to be tough is the Steelers, the Eagles, the Chiefs, and Denver. I think, of course, Dallas plays pretty good,
but they're an up and down team.
They're up and down. It's so weird. So,
so the Chiefs play the Broncos obviously next week in Denver. Then they play the Chiefs on Christmas Day too. Just to kind of go through their schedule, obviously the Chiefs is their next game, and then it's Broncos Commanders. That could potentially be a win. Broncos at Raiders. I think that could be a win, but look, Raiders played pretty tough on that one. So
they did
find a way to get some sort of statement win. And that would be one of those games that could be a statement win. Personally, I don't think the Raiders are going to win one more game this season, but
they're pretty dude. So there was rumors that Geno Smith faked that injury, by the way. Did you hear about that?
Funny. That would be pretty funny.
Yeah. I believe it. There was rumors that he faked it. And he's like, oh yeah, I got a quad injury. And you kind of have to laugh at that, but dude, the reality is the team is terrible. I mean,
yeah, it's bad.
I mean, anyways, we can talk about that all day, but yeah, let's focus on the Chargers, but it just gets interesting.
So also just to throw out there, Broncos are also playing Packers at Denver, and then Jaguars at Denver, then Chiefs, obviously Christmas Day, and then end back in Denver versus the Chargers. So they got a tough schedule ahead of them. I mean, in my opinion, I think that they have 2 potentially winnable games based upon paper at that point and where the season's at right now. They could potentially go on a losing streak to kind of end the season too. So 11 wins, like I said, will basically get you for sure in the playoffs, potentially even get you the division too, based upon head-to-head matchups and everything. So we'll see where it goes. My goal, Chargers get to 11 wins again. That's my goal for them. I think you'll be safe to be able to get to the playoffs. So
12 would be great. 12 would be ideal. It's a tough season, guys. Oh, yeah. And again, you sit back and ask yourself this question right now. If we had Rashawn Slater and Joe Alt, this team would be so different. Now, we understand that's not possible, okay? Yep. But, next year – by the way, I want to say this one thing too, and this is why I'm bringing this up too. We got Trevor Penning. We went out and got Rondé Gatson, but we kept all of our picks for next year, right? We still have our first-round pick. I believe we'll probably trade back and get more second-round and day 2, day 3 picks as well. So we trade off our day one pick, our first round pick, and then we get more picks in the second and third round. Since we've hit so well, anyways, let's get more picks. Let's try and get 8 people in here, and have more picks in the middle, in the second and third rounds. I think we'll be fine, man, because I really think they're going to go after the offensive line and just really try and get more depth going that direction. So I don't know. That's just kind of my take. But with $111 million as well, too. Again, no, this is a next year conversation. That's a lot of money we can go get in free agency as well, too.
Yeah, we got games ahead of us, bro. Let's talk about the games that are ahead of us.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was thinking about it a lot this morning. I'm like, well, this is good. This is good. So it was just some thoughts. My morning thoughts.
Just your quick thought about that.
Yeah, my shower thoughts. Yeah, I was like,
I mean, to be honest, everybody kind of harped a little bit on Joe Ortiz, but dude, Joe Ortiz has been doing a great job. He's been doing an amazing job. The cards that are being dealt to every single team, and at this point of the season, to try to go after and get a starting caliber tackle is a very tough thing to do. Impossible. And going out there and getting, Trevor Penning, and when you got a list like this for injuries, you could only do so much at this point of the season.
Well, with only $3 million left in cap.
And $3 million. Exactly. And just look at the list here, guys. Everybody is banged up. There's a good amount of people on this list. If you look at the little icon there with the little injury thing, the hospital thing, that's people that have been on the IR at some level or have been out for a while too. It is a big list, guys. It is a big list all around. So everybody's banged up on this team, and everybody's got bumps and bruises. There's been a lot of guys that have basically been on the IR. He's doing his best to make sure that this team is going to be set and have a good product on field. So.
Is this like a Minecraft?
That's what it looks like, right?
That's what it's like. It's Minecraft.
Yeah, that's totally
what am I looking at here? Okay, that's cool.
Yep. And shout out to LAFB for the chart too, just so everybody. Exactly. Yep. Beep. We're not getting to the flat line yet on this one, guys. We got a lot of life ahead.
We still got some heart left in us.
Yeah, we definitely do. So, but I mean, going back to that, Eddie, Odafe Owe, that was a big pickup
huge,
and needed. And to be honest, even before the season started, everybody was like, I'm a little unsure about the third edge guy at this point. I mean, case in point, you kind of look at what's happening behind, Khalil Mack and Tuli Tuipulotu. There ain't a lot of other sacks that are happening behind them. And, getting Owe, a guy that's come in and already has 4 sacks, guy came at 0 sacks with the Ravens. That is a massive pickup and a great pickup, I think, for the long term, too. And it could be even a guy, if Khalil Mack moves on from the season and retires, it could be the guy pairing with Tuli Tuipulotu for the long run.
Yeah, I really hope Mack comes back with also Keenan Allen next year. That'd be amazing. But we'll see what happens. But yeah, Odafe Owe is a great point because he's that good. We're so much better with him out there. And again, he wasn't used to really pressure the quarterback. The whole thing that they wanted him to do at the Ravens, he said this. He came out and said this a couple times. Yeah, they just wanted me to set the edge. He's like, I could do so much more than that, right? So look, I think Jesse Minter clearly is going to use him correctly now. But it was also a good trade for both teams. Alohi Gilman did great for the Ravens, by the way. Yep. He did an awesome job. Yeah. So look, it worked out for both teams. We had a surplus of safeties, and they didn't, and we need an edge. So, and he wasn't going to re-sign with the Ravens. There's no way he was going to re-sign with the Ravens. So, good news is we got a bunch of money to pay him next year if we want to bring him back, which I think I would assume we want to. So,
Yep, and we'll see what happens with Trevor Penning too, Eddie. I mean, bottom line, it is one of those things. We'll see how he is and how he meshes with the team, how everything kind of works with him for this team. But personally, eyeball test of what I watched last week with Trevor Penning, I really liked it. I really liked what I saw, and especially at left guard, and why they're playing at left guard. I mean, I think some Steelers or some Saints fans said something to the effect of, he's just a beast at the left guard. He looks way better on the left guard. Now, when I watched last week's game that they played against the Rams, Trevor Penning looked like a beast, and he was just playing through the whistle, which is not sometimes the best thing to have because obviously you get penalized for that. But at the same side, physicality is what I loved watching out of that. And go ahead and look at what Zion Johnson does at the physical side of things. I feel like he loves to play off the blocks versus play through the block. And I think what Trevor Penning does is that he gets a guy that could be that bully type player that could frustrate their D-line. And I love to see that. Punch a guy in the mouth, make it harder for them, and start getting in their head. And there was a lot within that Saints game last week against the Rams. Once again, they had a very, very good D-line there, too. Ironically, they did play that game in SoFi. So Trevor Penning's just right back in LA, right back at SoFi, right after being there again.
Yes, sir.
Just stay there, I guess, Trevor Penning. And, you're going to be playing for the Chargers here shortly.
So interesting. AI says Trevor Penning is expected to play this week for the Chargers. Now, whether it actually starts, that's another question. Yeah. But I will say this, and even AI says they don't know which tackle position he will play. I'm pretty sure it'll be a tackle. So, again, if I had to guess, I'd say left tackle, but that's my take. So,
well, the someone in the chat was saying that I can't remember who said it, whatever, but they were saying that it's possible he could not play because he only reported to the team just 2 days ago or something like that. So it's he took a minute to get there. So he might not even have that many reps on the in the line. So it's well, is he gonna play? I don't know. So
yeah, I mean, we'll see where it goes with this. Personally, my opinion, the way that the strategy of this game needs to be jumbo package, load them up, swing tackle Trevor Penning, in my opinion, just because there's a little bit of continuity with some of the players that are currently there before Trevor Penning.
Eddie said it. Yeah. So.
Yep. I think that's literally what it is, that you got to basically use them in more swing tackle type situations, jumbo type packages, which personally, I think the Chargers should do a whole heck of a lot of jumbo. They put out the big uglies, I think is what they kept talking about.
Big uglies, ogre package,
whatever you want to call it. But I think it's going to be really good to be able to see Trevor Penning out there. And I love seeing what I saw from him last week. There was even with the Rams, they seemed like they kind of went a little bit away from Trevor Penning and attacked everybody else besides him. I really only saw one pressure that he gave up last week to the Rams. But I loved watching his physicality of going through the block and holding his blocks, and even going to the second level too.
Yeah,
out on
he plays extremely physical. So, and this is a good point. He has to learn the playbook, and that's a great question, right? Because there's cadences, there's silent counts, all this other stuff. Right? There's a lot of things that he's got to figure out. Having said that, you're an NFL player. He's been in the league a long time. I think he's got to figure it out. He's been playing football a long time, but we'll see. But man, you got to protect Justin Herbert's blind side, especially this week. And I almost think man, in my mind, you throw him out there and you keep it real simple, and you do everything you possibly can to get him, because you need a guy to keep Herbert upright. And I don't want to see him getting hurt, man, or hit at all. It just has to happen. So we'll see. We'll see how it plays out.
See how it goes, man. But I'm excited about the pickup of another, once again, 6'7", 325-pound lineman. That is just
you said it.
Just big dude.
He's a big dude.
You said it.
What did I say?
6'7".
Oh boy.
Everyone keeps saying that, dude.
No, not good. Oh man. Boy, that's not good. I didn't even think about that. That's hilarious. But just to emphasize further, the O-line, 2 tackles out for the season, basically all pro-based tackles. Now, the thing is, though, there's a speculation, what if Joe Alt's surgery isn't as bad? He's on the IR, obviously, but if you get in the playoffs, you do have 2 extra activations, by the way. So, what if it's only going to be a couple months for him? I don't know. Maybe that's going to be a possibility. I would hope that would happen, but who knows? But giving up 28 sacks is not good for the Chargers. O-line is a mess right now at this point. We need to basically find a way to shore up this O-line. That's why you go out there and get a Trevor Penning. You get somebody that could actually be a starter guy, play up and down the line, fill some of the gaps and everything throughout this line. So we'll see where it goes from there. But I wanted to emphasize a little bit with the whole Aaron Rodgers passing chart. And this is what he did last week versus the Colts. Now, interesting thing about Aaron Rodgers, I looked at it and said, okay, let's say in air yards per pass, where is he at and ranked? Because when I look at this, look at behind the O-line, he's behind the line of scrimmage, I should say. And there was one over 20-yard pass, one over 15-yard pass, and then he's keeping it pretty much under the 10-yard line. Yeah. He's currently last in the league right now in air yards. So basically when he throws the ball to the receiver, 5.7 yards per air yard throws. Now, some people kind of look at that and that's a stupid stat, but no, what is it saying to you? He's not looking to throw the ball deep. He's looking to keep it kind of short. Now, just in contrast, Herbert is 8 yards flat right now in air yards, but he's throwing the ball further down the field, trying to basically get bigger yards, bigger gains. And for the defense side of things, you could keep the guy in front of you. They're not going to try to go behind you by any means. So they're going to play a lot of the small ball right in front of the defender, trying to basically get somebody to miss a tackle or whatnot. But defense needs to play tight pretty much all game.
The one thing I would say, DK Metcalf is pretty much their only wide receiver. Everyone else sucks.
Yep.
Like they just suck. Like, so you could probably just double him and just double him, and then you're probably okay. And then just stay up, crash down, stay up, crash down, stay up, crash down, and just don't let them beat you up top, and just play that way. I think you'd be all right. They're going to still try and run the ball as much as they possibly can too. So I think that's going to be a big part of that conversation moving forward. But and that's really Jesse Minter's defense. This actually fits in well with Jesse Minter's defense because you got to keep in mind Jesse Minter always has 2 high safety. They split both sides of the field. You got left, you got right, whatever. And then at that point you say, okay, cool. You crash down, right? The ball's in front of you, you crash down. Your ball's in front of you, you crash down. So, you only rush 4. And then the linebacker's job is to, really pick up the running backs and anyone else scrambling, right? And, pick up screens and all the above. And you just keep everything in front of you. And that works really well because they're not throwing the ball deep. So they can't beat us deep. So, again, it's playing into our advantage. And I think their offense is pretty horrible. Yep. Whereas I just worry about their defense beating up our offensive line. That's my only major concern.
Agreed. Yeah, and that's the whole thing about this. Like, I feel good about what they're going to try to do for us. And I think that's the whole thing, too, that we could basically just harass Aaron Rodgers. My key indicator of how this defense is going to play is if we could get to Aaron Rodgers early in the game and harass him, I think that's where the things that's going to shift very well and bode well for this Chargers defense, too. Big thing about the Steelers, too, when they do have turnovers, they're 5-0 this season. When they do not have turnovers, they are 0-3. So do not give the ball up to them. Even to say last week they had 6 turnovers and they still just won by 7 points, and 24 of their points that they scored were off turnovers. So, and 10 of those were basically short field type scores, 1 touchdown, 1 field goal. So, look, play clean ball, attack their O-line, get to Rodgers, get him off of his point. Keep the ball in front of you. I think it's going to be a tough game for the Steelers if the Chargers could really get after him early on in the game.
So one thing, I think Chargers are 4-0 with Joe Alt playing. I think we're 1-3 without him. So it's big. And again, that's partially why I also think Trevor Penning is going to play left tackle, just because you need to shore up that side.
Agreed.
So, and again, as much as we don't like Trey Pipkins, I do think that makes a lot more sense. But yeah, to your point, man, it's going to be interesting to see what the game plan is. I think we go max protect, but I don't know. It's up to Giro. We'll see what he comes up with.
We'll see. And they do have a pretty big pass rush on their side too. Obviously, TJ Watt being one, Herbig being another one too. Hightower. They got some good guys out there, by the way. And bottom line, shut down Cam Hayward, dude. That dude's always an a-hole to freaking Justin Herbert too, for whatever reason, man. What is it? Is he sad because he doesn't have a quarterback on his team until now? Like, even to say that with Aaron Rodgers, he wanted Justin Herbert to be a Charger or a Steeler. I don't know.
Maybe.
Who knows? But let's just go real quick with the charts here for the Chargers offense versus the Pittsburgh defense. So, Chargers are basically scoring about 23.9, 17th in the league, mid-tier type offense right now in points per game. But Steelers are giving up about 24.4, so 21st in the league. Look at the amount of yards that they're giving up. I mean, they are getting torched on defense with one of the highest paid defense. And they're number 30 in the league at 383 yards total, to where it fits really well for what the Chargers have been doing. We're 5th in the league in total yards per game. So
my thought is quick passes, get the ball out fast.
Great.
Just eliminate but that's where Justin Herbert's been bad this year. For some reason, he's been holding the ball way too long. And so he's got to get the ball out fast. And so I do not want to see him get hit.
Nope.
So if you go spread, it's quick.
Yep.
Plants, outs, whatever. So I'm curious to see what we do on the game plan wise with that. Yards after catch, etc.
Totally. And I think the one thing, and I was hoping within this game, and just a little bit of update on Amari and Hampton, he was working on the sidelines yesterday.
Mhm.
So Jim Harbaugh said, yeah, he looks pretty good. He's getting out there and getting things kind of rolling. So maybe that's a good sign, a good indicator that he might come back. But going back to that quick pass type situation, when Amari and Hampton was on the field, how many times did he throw to him in the flat, kind of like an Austin Eckler situation?
Yeah.
Like this would have been a great game to have a guy like that. Now, we could obviously scheme things up with like Quentin Johnston, who's done a good job of getting those small like screen passes. I mean, when Quentin Johnston has the ball in his hands, he's very good with yards after catch. That was his whole, why he got drafted so high, yards versus catch when he's got the ball in his hands. But I think there's also the idea of Arani Gadsden there. Kamani Vidal does pretty good with the ball in his hands too. So we'll see if you end up just kind of giving those, outlets or drop passes basically behind the line of scrimmage and let them just kind of run kind of thing and dump it off to the running back or who might be the guy that they decide on that play. But I'm interested to see that. And I think, yes, dump the ball off, get the ball in their hands, let them try to do some work at this point. So, but also their safety position is very, very depleted at this point with just Jalen Ramsey essentially being the big guy out there too. So we'll see what happens here. But third down conversions, I mean, we're first in the league, 94.21. They're basically 24th. Look, red zone scoring percentages, we're at least finally getting up to the 50% level because it's been ugly all year. And they give up quite a bit, actually. Look at that. 7th in the league at 53.3 percentage. So love to see it. I think this is a really, really good game for the Chargers. And I think the numbers say quite a bit here, too, for how this could bode well for the Chargers.
There you go. Lots of first downs. Let's go.
Love it. I love it, man. So just to kind of look at their offense, 53.3 yards is what they're scoring. We're allowing 21.4. So if you think about the spread of what things have been, it's about in the 3-point-ish type range. It's not too far off from each other. They're only doing about 281 yards. So they're actually a very back end of the league, 28th. As total offense, and we're number 6th in allowing yards. So pretty solid matchup here, guys. And this kind of bodes a little bit better for the Chargers.
Yeah.
Going back to their other conversations, it's really about how our O-line works for us. If our O-line could do what it needs to do, Herbert, allow him to run freely a little bit, allow him not to sit too much in the pocket too. I think that's where the whole thing this could be the massive difference maker to this game. Herbert's ran really well against the Titans last week. I mean, you don't want to have your quarterback as the top rusher, but he did what he needed to do with his legs.
Yeah, I like the design run, man. You could run RPOs, maybe some read option type things as well. Mix that in a little bit. I think that would work really well. And Herbert's good. Like he knows if the play's not there, he's just going to get on the ground. So I would just tell him, hey, look, like, keep your eyes open. Now, you do got to wonder if they're going to leave a spy there. I've noticed most teams have not left a spy on Herbert this year, so that's why he's been running. So I'm curious to see how the Steelers play Herbert specifically.
I think the one indicator here too, just kind of crazy to look at like what the Steelers have done. 68% scoring in the red zone, 7th in the league, but we're number 4 in the league, only allowing 48.28%. Scoring touchdowns. So that's going to be a big part of this game. That red zone defense, which I got to say last week, that red zone stand, or actually goal line stand, 1 yard stand that the Chargers defense had against the Titans last week was the difference maker for this team and us getting that win and not making it more interesting than it needed to be. And that stand was massive and basically a loss of downs for the Titans. And then we, right after that, went and had like a 90-something yard touchdown drive after that. So, which was amazing. But this is a good game, guys. And this is a big game for a lot of reasons. This is a big one for playoffs. This is a big one for seeding. This one is a big one to be on the bright lights at SoFi against the Steelers. So I love this game. And I think this is going to be a great game and a game that I think the Chargers can find a way to win. I think initially going into it, I was a little unsure, but I think this one rides a lot on Justin Herbert's performance, allowing him to basically cook. He has been cooking in prime time. allow the defense to basically get some turnovers, harass Aaron Rodgers. And I think we have more than enough weapons to shut down a lot of their weapons on offense. And they don't have a lot of weapons on offense, to be honest, too.
Yeah.
So my final thoughts are, look, I think it's just going to boil down to, can our offense get the ball out and be effective? They're going to try and blow up our offensive line. Our offensive line isn't banged up. And then that's what I would focus on. They're going to blitz. Herbert's got to get the ball out. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a big game for the Chargers. Big game for them as well, too. I mean, they need to win just as much as we do. So I think it's going to really boil down. Can we run the ball? I would be pretty stubborn and just continue running the ball and really try to make that happen. I personally think that you need to run Vidal to the edge. I don't like him running up the middle. I don't think he's as much a gap and go runner as someone like, Marion Hampton or Najee Harris, but I just think there's a lot that needs to be done. Screen passes, the short game, get the ball out quick, eliminate the blitz. Don't let Herbert get hit, man. I don't know. And it'll be big to see if Penning plays, because again, if he plays, he might be a liability. That's what I worry about too, is that, he doesn't know the plays and some of these other things as well too. So we'll see how it plays out. So I'm excited to see if he plays. If I had to guess, I would say he will. Obviously Harbaugh's not going to come out and say, oh, he's going to play left tackle today.
Yep.
He's not going to say that, guys. Like, let's just be very clear about that. So, that's going to be a game time decision, and he's going to keep those cards close to the vest. So, yeah, I'm excited for this game. It should be fun.
Yeah. Well, I feel like the Chargers, they have the opportunities here to make this a big game. Obviously, it's going to be on the top stage, prime time, Sunday Night Football. And so this could be a good one. And obviously, I'm just excited that Keenan Allen 100% is going to at least meet Antonio Gates' record, this game. And he's probably going to beat it. So that'll be a good one. So I do expect that Keenan Allen's going to have a big game. I think that Ladd also will be, and Vidal. So we're gonna have a pretty good freaking offense this game. I think it's gonna be a little bit more of a shootout than you guys are saying earlier too. I
hope so.
I'm saying 31 Chargers and then 27 Steelers. It's gonna be real close. Boy. So yeah,
let's go, man. Let's go. And Athir, hey, late to the show, my guy. I did give you an apologize. Excuse me. Earlier and gave you flowers, but once again, hey, I gave your flowers. Good job on picking the Chiefs or the Bills. Excuse me. I picked the Chiefs to win. Hey, it favors us both, anyways. I mean, it helps the Chargers out. The Chiefs lose, I'm good with it. I was just looking at it as run rate, as where basically the Chiefs are going and how good they've been playing. But going back to Thier's super chat, you obviously got to recognize his $4.99. A bold prediction that he's saying Herbert will shine for 4 touchdowns, 400 yards. I mean, goodness gracious. I mean, to Kyle's point, he's thinking the Bolts will win 34-21, man. And, hey, that would be real amazing to see. And I mean, Chargers got a good defense. It's offensively. Can we make sure Herbert stays upright?
Yep.
Can we allow him to get time to basically throw to those weapons? Herbert cooks in prime time, like I said earlier. So we'll see what happens here, guys. But I'm excited for this one, and let's just go out there and get a win. And, getting a big win on prime time is always a good thing for the Chargers. And it's always fun to see. And you're at SoFi, you're at home. Hey, Chargers fans who are going to be at that game, be loud. Just go out there and give as much support to this Chargers team. And I'm excited for this one, man. So, and Grandizer, I know you asked a question too. I think I might be at the watch party at Native Wings here in Phoenix too. I think, Kyle, I think you might be on Twitch too for the game too.
Yep, I'm planning on it. Yeah, we're going to do a watch party again on Twitch like I've been doing lately. So, yeah.
Killer. Good. Love it, man. So, big game, guys. Sunday Night Football against the Steelers. Week 10 matchup. Massive game for both teams here. So it's going to be a great one, guys. So appreciate you guys tuning in early for the Bolt Bros. And Kyle was still waking up during the show, basically.
Yes, I was. Yes, I was. I still am.
All right, guys. We're the Bolt Bros. We'll see you guys next one.
All right, Bolt Bros.
Hey, what's up? Cameron Dick here watching Bolt Bros podcast.